Baby girl, you know what I want. Let me do it to you, do it to you. Let me do you like Baby girl, you know what I want. Let me do it to you, do it to you. Let me do you like
Anyone who's followed my channel knows that I'm not the biggest fan of video essays at all. I honestly think that, some of them could be shortened down to maybe 20 or 30 minutes. I just think that. And today's topic is what I would consider to be a Spider-Man essayist by the name of S.K. If anything, I'll be critiquing some of his nitpicks throughout the fucking video and then mention some other stuff that, he just clearly thought dick first about. Transition, please.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't really think that, videos should be hours long. Like, I don't think your video should be the length of the fucking Snyder Cut, if you ask me. Now, if you use the length of the video wisely, it can make for a pretty entertaining video, kind of like how Nexpo does that. But SK isn't Nexpo, and his video is filled with a lot of fucking nitpicks. 42 to be specific, and yes, I actually counted, and yes, here's pretty much all of the stuff in his video via the chapter system on YouTube. Forty-two things in that fucking video. I went back and counted. That's 42 fucking things right there. Such as Oscorp's subpar security, which look, okay? Yeah, fictional businesses that are evil or fictional empires, they're just gonna have incompetent fucking security or goons. That's just pretty much how it is. There's nothing more that I could say to that, really. It's just one of those things that happens and nobody could really do anything about it. Peter going against a no-kill rule that still existed. In the gameplay, he doesn't really fucking kill anyone, and even when a criminal is going off of a building, they're still webbed, meaning they still live. He also complained that the gameplay makes it look like Peter kills people, which, most fucking superhero games have gameplay like that. Most games have gameplay where it looks like you're fucking killing a person. Look at the Arkham games. Like, you're telling me that a criminal would survive, like, the fucking Batmobile shocking them with God knows how many volts of electricity. Yeah, I call bullshit. Here, he complained that, oh, look, Oscorp blames Spider-Man for it, and Doc Ock didn't put on his mask in, 0.1 seconds of releasing Devil's Breath. Here, he complains that Rhino was causing havoc somewhere else, and Electro just didn't straight up kill everyone, so, what? Along with the climax, which, yeah, a fucking superhero thing is gonna have a climax. That's just how those stories work. They're formulaic, and I don't really see an issue with the climax. And Aunt May's death, because, Peter has to choose between saving her and letting a bunch of people die, or letting a bunch of people live and letting her die. If you got rid of all the nitpicks, this video would probably be, I want to say, 20, maybe 40 minutes long. But no, he was so insistent on complaining about these things and also complaining about collectibles and the towers to the point where he had to stretch this video out to 2 fucking minutes. And with a video that is super nitpicky and super long, it garnered a lot of responses, especially from a channel by the name of Cullen, which I'll get into later. But a lot of his responses to these videos are pretty fucking bad. He tends to poke a straw man argument, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically what Twitter users do, i.e. misrepresenting or distorting someone's argument in order for them to be easier to beat in said argument. He also keeps pulling the whole plausible deniability card, basically saying, oh, I never said this, I never said any of what you said, but he basically acted like it. There's a reason why people say actions speak louder than words. He also has this weird thing that he likes to pull with plausible deniability, which again also points out that actions speak louder than words. He basically says, oh, I never said this or did any of that, when in reality, he pretty much acted like he did. But anyway, that should be the end of the fucking video, right? Usually I would make this video, just about a short length right now, but guess what? It's not.
You agreed to stay away!
I lied.
With a video as big as SK's, it garnered a lot of responses, and so Colin basically decided to respond to SK's video, and he debunked a large majority of his points. I'll just pull up a clip here, and it basically explains everything you need to know.
Alright, so basically SK made a nearly 2-hour review of Spider-Man PS4, basically saying it's a bad story, it has bad writing, it has bad characters. It's not a very good put-together video, and it's not a very well-received one. And then when I made my video basically talking about one point, which was the towers, he didn't like that. He did not like that very much. He made a live stream basically with his friends, by the way, basically ripping the video to shreds, insulting me. And then I made my second video where I was a lot more abrasive with my points. Now, mind you, key point, I didn't actually insult him in either of those videos. Because I'm thinking, okay, I think I may have insulted him in the second one. But no, I didn't insult him in the second one. And then Colin here, he made his video like I think 3 weeks ago. And then SK did not like that. He did not like that very much. And then I made my third video talking about the situation because it got so bad. Colin accidentally brought me up, indirectly. He didn't mention me by name because he didn't see me in the video. But SK mentioned me by name. And here's the thing about, he was being very disingenuous, saying that I threw insults towards him in my video. So I made my third video basically dude, you cannot handle criticism to the point to where you're still mad about my 2 videos molding about it.
So there you fucking have it. In his response to Colin, he basically decides to fucking poke strawman arguments, i.e. distorting or misrepresenting his argument to, again, try and fucking win it. And with Arachnid Youth, dude, you can't just fucking insult someone and then when they insult you back, you fucking cry about it. That's not how it works. Also, some of the highlights in fucking SK's whole response to Colin is shit like, oh, comics aren't a valuable defense for writing an adaptation.
Will you two shut up?
It is if you're writing a fucking comic book character. If you don't know shit about anything and you're writing an adaptation of the thing you don't even know anything about, then you shouldn't even be making it. Imagine if fucking Last of Us was made by some old-ass guy who didn't even know what the fuck the game was about at all. If I got a guy who didn't know about Booster Gold to write a Booster Gold story, he probably would make jack shit with it. He also called Colin transphobic despite, Colin not even being transphobic. All he literally said was some shit like, oh, I don't think kids should go through puberty blockers or, get surgeries that could alter their lives forever. He literally thinks that, kids should wait for that type of shit, you know what I mean? But according to fucking SK, you're transphobic if you believe that kids should wait to get fucking, sex-changing surgeries and whatever the hell. It's pretty much just another case of him not being able to take fucking criticism at all from any people and just trying to play politics when he's losing an argument. Also, a large majority of his criticisms could easily be applied to other things. He also tried calling Colin a sexist over some dumb shit involving MJ. He's the pinnacle of people who make an argument where they always win during shower thoughts. He can't take criticism in the slightest and will falsely accuse people of shit they are not. He'll also try and instigate shit and then play the victim card once you actually fight back. Plus he always forgets that actions speak louder than words.
I'm not an incel, my internet friends called me king, see?